Everybody, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video, which is going to be a good old-fashioned makeup haul, but not only Sephora, not only Ulta, but also Drugstore. I actually have quite a bit to go over with you on what I have purchased. This is a collective haul, so it's been over the last 2 or 3 weeks that I have purchased this, but there is a whole lot going on. And if you like what you see on my face, every bit of it is Drugstore, which is a little mind-blowing, I know, especially since I am not the drugstore type, but there has been a lot of good stuff at the drugstore here lately. So if you're interested in seeing what I picked up at Sephora, Ulta, and the drugstore, then just keep on watching. Alright, so let's go ahead and start off with the Ulta bag. Now this houses everything that is the non-drugstore stuff. So let's just go ahead and go in with that. So Ulta had a 20% off coupon a couple of weeks ago, and it was good for a while. I picked up 2 items. I picked up the Urban Decay Stay Naked The Fix Powder Foundation. All these brands keep on coming out with powder foundation, and I've really never given it a shot. I used to use powder foundation back in the day before I ever got into liquid foundation because I was too afraid that liquid foundation would clog my pores. But this was like, I mean, late high school type, days. And so ever since then, I had not used a powder foundation. But I feel like the more I see brands come out with them, the more I'm intrigued because it is a quick and easy way to do your makeup, on the go. So given that I love the liquid foundation and I love the concealer, I figured I would try the powder. I got it in 40NN, which is my same liquid foundation shade, and I just have to tell you, I am loving every bit of this foundation. I've used it about 3 times now, and every single time I have loved the way my skin has looked. It's very easy to use, and the way I've been using it is with a big buffing brush. I put like the first layer on, and then I go in with the little sponge and just kind of go into places where I didn't really get a lot of coverage with the brush. Looks so good, stays on even with a setting spray, and that is one of the claims. It says it's microfine powder, transforms skin with seamless, instant full coverage, breathable, real skin matte finish, does not transfer, stay true color, water resistant, sweat resistant, vegan formula, does not contain animal derived ingredients or byproducts. The packaging is so pretty. That's one of the things that called me to this product was the packaging, and it is your typical powder foundation. So that's what that looks like. And then it does have a little charcoal infused sponge, which is what I've been using to go over little spots that kind of like don't fully get covered when I use a brush, like my little blue veins right here on the temples and things like that. Love this so far, and I am very happy I picked it up. The other thing I purchased during that order, or with that order, was the Becca Pearl Glow Luster Glow Powder. So I was really intrigued by this. It had been on my loves list for a while, but I love a good highlight that melts into the skin and doesn't look super powdery and just like a layer on top of the skin. And this looked like it was going to be just that. I love the packaging. It's very Becca, but not. It's like bigger than usual. It's got a white cover. And then the back kind of reminds me of the Lilac Geode powder. And so this is what it looks like. I know it looks a little funny. We won't even go into that. And I wouldn't have even thought about it until I watched Mel Thompson's review. And now I can't get that image out of my head. Anyways, so it is a pink type of highlight, which I'm not used to. Like, it's not really my preference, but it just looked like it was gonna melt and look so glowy on the skin. I don't know that I've really formulated my full opinion about it yet. I think it's pretty. I don't know if I'm as floored by it as I had hoped I would be, but more to come on that because, I mean, I've really only used it a couple of times, and I kind of need to use it a little more just to really formulate my thoughts, like I said. The next couple of products, let's see, okay, I've kind of got stuff in here from Sephora too, so I kind of want to give you all my Ulta stuff up front. Okay, so this next product I saw in store, and I also ended up placing an order. Was it with that? Yes, I'm sorry. Okay, so I've ordered that, and then I did an order where I could just pick up in store. I love that they have that option now, and I wish Sephora would do the same thing. But this is a just a hair clip, but it's got so many rhinestones. It's very pretty. It's very, very sparkly, and it looks like just a simple bow, but the sparkle on this I had to have it. And so this was $8 minus the 20%. So I picked that up. I picked up one of the Pretty Fresh, which is the sister brand to Colourpop. I picked up the Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. I've used this about 3 or 4 times, and same with the highlight. I'm not sure. I haven't really totally formulated my opinion on this yet. It's getting crazy good reviews. It smells good. I love the bottle. It's very, I don't know. There's something like the bottle being kind of cloudy, and just, I like the feel. I like the price, and I like the smell. I just don't know that it does everything that I would want it to do. With a mist, I'm not looking for longevity. I'm not looking for really anything except that it kind of molds my makeup together and makes it not look as powdery. And I don't know that I like this as much for that. I'm not sure. So this is kind of also still iffy, but I did pick that up. And then I picked up 2 of the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I mean, everybody says this, it's like the best mist ever, and it is. This does everything I want as far as molding everything together, but they had a sale on these. They were 2 for $22, and I had the 20% off, so I ended up picking up 2 of them. I have one that's already being used, so I figured, okay, well, having 2 backups is a good thing. And then, let's see, lastly, I picked up 2 nail polish. I'm not usually sucked in by nail polish, except that it's almost Valentine's Day, and this was truly calling my name because I love all things like pink, red, and purple for Valentine's Day. It's the nail polish I'm wearing on my fingers now, and I really, really love it. If you watched my Shop My Stash earlier this week, I kind of pointed it out just because the color is so rosy, so pretty, and I am amazed that this is still on my fingers, because really with any other nail polish aside from gel polish, my nail polish will chip within 24 hours. That is not even a joke. And so I just have gotten to where I'm like, why even buy nail polish? Well, I was really sucked into these shades, and I am amazed that it's still on my fingers. So happy. So they're both by Essie. They are part of the Valentine's Day lineup. And let's see, one of them is in the shade Talk Sweet to Me, and it is just a matte rosy pink. Very pretty. The other is a chrome. I haven't used it yet, and chromes tend to chip very quickly on me. We will see. It's in the shade Unwrap Me, and it's like a duochrome type purple. It's very, very pretty. So more to come on that. I think these were $9 minus the 20%, which makes it a pretty good deal. Okay, so from Sephora, I really have only picked this up. I mean, technically I picked up the 2 Love palettes by Natasha Denona, but I've already like really put those to use and have done videos, so you may have already watched those at this point. But I did pick up the Dominique Cosmetics Latte 2 palette. I was so excited that this came so quickly to Sephora because I really do enjoy her palettes. But with the Celestial Storm, I jumped the gun and I purchased from her website, and I wasn't super crazy about it, and I kind of had wished I had the availability or opportunity to return it, just because literally from the time that I tested it, I have not used it since. So I ended up being patient and waiting for this one to come to Sephora, and ironically I ended up loving it. But this is, again, the Dominique Latte 2. This is what it looks like. I like that they did this presentation like it's been, you know, stained with coffee. Super cute. I like that idea. I don't find the scent to really be overpowering. In fact, I really have to look for it in order to smell it. It's supposed to smell like coffee, but it's so, so pretty. She has such a way of putting pans of product in her palettes that are multifunctional, that you can use as a blush, that you can use as a highlight. And that's not to say you can't do that with others, but I don't know, more so with these. This is such a beautiful shade for the eyes and for the cheeks. I love it. It's very, very pretty. And that's one of the reasons I was so drawn to this palette. As far as these like glittery metallic shades, here's what's funny is that I find them to be pretty stiff in the pan. I really have to kind of dig, and it almost was reminiscent of the Lemonade palette, not to that extent. You do get good payoff with these, it's just you have to kind of work at it. So that's what I thought about those, but the mattes are so consistent with her regular formula. Very, very pretty. Let me give you a swatch of the one that I love so much, this peachy pink. It's just really flattering, and I love it. Now, I am a light to light medium skin tone, so on me it shows up very, very nicely. I don't know how it would fare with my very deep skin tone ladies, but just so that you have an idea, that's what it looks like on me. Okay, moving on, I did pick up 2 products from the Kylie Cosmetics Stormi collection. I picked up the eyeshadow palette and the blush. Truly, I would have just picked up the palette, but I did not want to pay for shipping because by the time you pay for shipping, you may as well just pay an extra $5, $10 and pay for a whole nother product. This is what it looks like. I think it's really cute. I feel like this has been getting kind of mixed reviews, and I have not used mine yet. But this is what it looks like. Now, if you did miss out on this, I do know that she's doing a restock within about a week or so. This is, I mean, considering the fact that this is for, like, not for Stormi, because Stormi's not going to wear it right now, but like in collaboration with Stormi, I guess you could say. It's Stormi themed. So it's going to be that lighter type of shade, like just, I would say soft and romantic, but anyways, you know what I'm trying to say. Just kind of softer, not as out there and bold. And you're going to see when I show this to you that you can really tell that, because that very first shade is really just a wash of sparkle. There really is no opacity or anything there. And so, again, I have not yet used it, but I did watch Nicole Concilio's video and she really wasn't a fan. And so, but there's times where she's not a fan of Kylie products and I really enjoy them. So I have found that I can't really go based off of those videos. And then the other is the blush in the shade Flutter in Love. Very, very cute. And I am a huge fan of the Kylie blush formula. This is very, very light. So again, I'm a light to light medium skin tone. I don't know how my deeper skin tone ladies would fare using this shade. I really don't think it would show up on you because it hardly shows up on me. So that's that. Again, have not yet used it, but I have a feeling this is going to take a lot of building up. But it was either this or pay for shipping, and I hate paying for shipping. So a couple of products that I found at TJ Maxx, and I rarely find stuff at TJ Maxx. When I say rarely, it's like once a year. We just don't get a whole lot of good product. It's very, very rare. And the times that there are like 1 or 2 good products, they've been swatched, they have been tested, there's like product all over. It's just not a good thing. So anyways, I did find a couple of things that I was interested in. One is by Too Faced. It was $9.99 and it's the Fruit Cocktail Blush Duo. I am a huge fan of the Tutti Frutti lineup. I think they are very pretty. They're flattering on me and they smell so good. So this is the watermelon one and it is in the shade Like My Melons and it smells very, very good. It smells really, really good. Now I'm not a fan of like watermelon candy. I love the fruit. I don't love the candy, like that artificial watermelon flavor is so gross to me. I just can't stand it. Those are the ones I throw away. But they're very popular. Those are the ones that a lot of people like. So that's what that looks like. Have not yet swatched it. I'm not even going to swatch it now just because I'm going to keep it new for a little bit, have a lot of other things to use. But the other product that I picked up was the Becca Skin Love Weightless Blur Foundation. They had one in my shade. Mind-blowing. It's in the shade Vanilla. It was $8.99. Now here's the thing, there was kind of product. When I saw that it was the only one in my shade, I figured this has been pumped, swatched, tested, whatever. So when I had opened it up, there was foundation all over here, all up in the cap, but it feels pretty weighty. So I know there can't have been a lot that was pumped out anyways. So I figured, okay, let's see if they'll give me a discount. They did. I mean $1. It came from $8.99 to $8, and I figured for a $36 foundation, I think I'm willing to go home, take a baby wipe to it, and then take an alcohol wipe and just kind of disinfect it. And that's what I did. I have not yet used it either, but I was very impressed. And ever since last month when I bought of this same line, I bought the spray at Ulta. It was on sale. It was like 40% off. Probably my favorite spray to date, even over the Morphe, because it's got like this apricot glow nectar that one makes it smell amazing, but two gives my skin a super intense glow that's right up my alley. Okay, y'all, so if you are interested and intrigued in the drugstore portion, now is the time. There's quite a bit of stuff that was new to me. Maybe it's not even that new. I don't know. But first off, let's start with lashes. I'm already wearing a pair of these on my eyes. I did use them in a video that I filmed right before filming this one in a Valentine's Get Ready With Me using all drugstore products. And these lashes are so good. There was a coupon at my grocery store for $1 off, and I liked this style so much that I thought, let me get all three. There were only 3 left, and if I don't like it, I will return a couple, you know, once I try one of them. So these are the Ardell Naked Lashes in the style 421. They're so pretty because they're very natural looking. It's weird because they're natural looking, but they're not. So you know how when we wear false lashes, I mean, you know they're false lashes. These leave that question in your mind, like, are they false lashes, or do you have lash extensions, or are those just your natural lashes and you have amazing lashes? That's what these do, and I love them. I almost want to go to the store and get a couple other pairs before the coupon expires. So that's what I picked up as far as lashes. As far as eyeshadow palette, this was a major find at Walmart, and it's by Profusion, and it is the Love Struck palette. It is huge Valentine's Day themed. When I walked by, I did a double take. I'm like, what, really? And it was $12.97, and honestly, I passed on it. Like, I was like, I don't need it. I left the store. But you know how when something stays in your mind and you're like, I really should have bought it? I went back the next day and picked it up, and I'm so glad that I did, because I really have been using this pretty much non-stop. It has been what I've been using every day since I bought it, and it's been about a week. So it has got your great array of pinks, purples, both soft and bold. It's got a couple of neon shades like a hot pink and a hot coral. It's got some pressed glitter shades in a baby pink, a hot pink, like a magenta purple, just a whole array of Valentine's shades in this palette that have made it a one-stop shop. It's so, so pretty. It's fun to use. Again, it's what I'm wearing on my eyes. I love it. I can't say enough good things about it. So for $13, it's always exciting to find something that's great quality for an amazing price. And Profusion usually makes some amazing pans of products, some amazing eyeshadows. Next up, I purchased the Wet n Wild Makeup Sponge. This looks so much, it looks like a hybrid between the Beauty Blender and the Morphe sponge. So you know how the Morphe sponge has that slanted side? I love that sponge, have just not purchased another. And then obviously Beauty Blender being the hot pink shade that it is, this totally looks like a hybrid between the two. And I think this was like $3.75, so I'm excited to see how I like that. This next one was something that I purchased with the intent of, okay, I have a 50-50 chance of liking this. No, let me rephrase. I've got like a 30% chance to like it and like a 70% chance to not. And it's the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, the dewy version. I'm in the shade Buff Bisque. I love that they have the undertone on the cap. It takes the guesswork out of, is this my shade or is this my shade? And then you end up with like 5 returns to the store still not knowing what your correct shade is. And I think that's super, super smart. Hopefully you can see that. So it says that that is the light medium neutral shade, and it's like genius. Finally, someone at the drugstore realized that we needed help. So it does have a strong scent, and I think a lot of people were complaining about that. I love that it has the little spatula, because then that kind of takes out me having to use my hands and my fingers to apply the foundation before I blend it in. I love this foundation because the dewy finish is so good. Some reviews have said that people don't see the dewy finish, that it kind of dries down almost to the original version of this foundation. I haven't found that to be true. I will tell you that the first time I used this, I went in with my Beauty Blender and I had to put 3 layers on because my Beauty Blender was shearing it out so much it looked like I had nothing on the skin. So I changed it up and I went in with a brush, and it looks so, so good. I love this foundation. I cannot believe this was $5. Let's keep on the Wet n Wild bandwagon because, quite frankly, that's going to be the rest of the stuff that's in this haul. Wet n Wild has been really amazing here lately, and I mean, they've always had good products. I've just never been the one to really want to hunt them all down. I feel like you don't even have to hunt them down anymore. They're all there, like, super available. And so this is the bronzer. I don't think this is anything new. I don't know, the little sticker says new, but this is in the shade Sunset Striptease, and it is the neutral shade. The others had like a red or orangey type of undertone. This one looked to be the most neutral, and I love it. And truly, paired with this foundation, they look so good. Your skin looks healthy, glowy. I'm so impressed. And this was like $3.99. So again, I feel like I've seen this before, and I don't know, I think just because I was in the Wet n Wild section that it kind of called to me, and I thought, you know what, I wonder if this is kind of like a Fenty Beauty type of dupe. And so here's what it looks like. As you can see, very, very neutral, very pretty, easy to use. It has a little bit of a sheen, and honestly, for the price, I don't know, where have I been as far as all this drugstore product? These next two are probably my favorite purchases out of everything I'm showing you today, and quite possibly my favorite products of anything I've purchased at Sephora, Ulta, Drugstore in the last few months. These are the Wet n Wild Hello Halo Blushlighter or it just says Blushlighter, but I consider it to be a blush and a highlighter. The blush side is super highlighty. It has a very strong sheen, so it may not appeal to a lot of y'all, but the highlight on this is unreal. It's very pretty, and I don't think I have come across something this good at high-end like Sephora, Ulta in a very, very long time. I like this type of glow, and it blows my mind that these were only like $6.25. So I did buy the lightest and then the medium. Highlight Bling and Afterglow, I'm kind of editing that name, but the Highlight Bling runs a little bit silver, so it may look ashy on darker skin tones, but I do find it to be the more bold of these two compacts. So this is what this one looks like. Again, Highlight Bling, and this was just right over $6. So that's what those look like right there. And then as far as the medium shade, it has like a peachy type of blush to it, and the highlight is more on the gold side. And again, very, very bold, although I find the icier one to have a little bit more shine. But that's what that one looks like right there. And I think this one is the one that's going to fit more skin tones, just because of its gold tone, but that is incredible right there. Super amazing find, and I'm actually really surprised that my drugstore had them out in the regular lineup of stuff. I thought those were pretty new, and I didn't expect to see them in the regular lineup for a while, but they were there, and I really picked those up quick, and I'm so glad I did. All right, we're down to our last few products. They are just different shades of the same product. Also by Wet n Wild, and this is their new lipstick lineup. It's the Mega Last Matte. Now maybe this has been an existing lipstick lineup and they just redid the packaging. I'm not sure. But these are probably some of the best matte lipsticks I have ever come across. Gosh, that's saying a lot, just considering we spend so much at Sephora. But these were $2.99, and look at the little lipstick bullet. It's got the lips in the middle. The first thing I thought of when I picked this up was that looks like Pat McGrath. So I'm actually kind of surprised that they've gotten away with putting this on there, but that's okay. I'm not opposed because it looks like Pat McGrath and it was $2.99. So I picked up 4 in the matte line and 1 in the creamy satin line. I will say that I love the shade to this one, but it moves around quite a bit. It's one of those super slidey, creamy type of formulas. So I'm keeping it because I love the shade. I'm just not a fan of the formula. This one's in the shade Strawberry Lingerie. And then I picked up 4 in this version. These are a very comfortable matte and they last for several hours. I was a little surprised, especially paired with a lip liner. Very surprising. So I picked up Think Pink. That's the one I'm wearing today. I also picked up Skinny Dipping. I picked up Never Nude. And then Bare It All. So a lot of neutral shades. Those spoke to me more than the shades they had on the deeper end of the spectrum. They had like a red shade, a wine shade, a deep red, like a brick type of color, and these spoke to me more than those did. But these are so, so pretty. Here's what they look like, and I just have pretty much been using them non-stop. I've been using these more than any of my high-end lipsticks, which again blows my mind. They were all the same price, $2.99, and again, I got them at my local grocery store, but I think they have them now like at Walmart and any other place where you can find drugstore products. All right, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this makeup haul. There was a little bit of everything. Typically, I'll do like one dedicated haul, and it's typically a Sephora haul. But this time we changed it up. There was a little bit of everything, and to my surprise, again, if you've been with my channel for a long time, then you know I am hardcore for high-end makeup. The drugstore stuff just never calls my name. And it's almost like addicting because you find stuff you really like and then you want to keep going back because you know there's got to be other things that you're missing out on. And that's what got me into this mess. So just so much good stuff right now. And I've heard, I don't know if this is true, I've heard that Drugstore releases a lot of their new stuff at the beginning of the year. And if that's the case, then there's a whole lot of good new stuff to be had. Before I let you go, I just want to give you a very quick verse of the day in the theme and spirit of Valentine's week, and it comes from Deuteronomy 30:20. It says, "Love the Lord your God, listen to his voice, and hold fast to him, for the Lord is your life." All right, guys, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for taking the time to stop by and chat some makeup with me. I will see you in the next video. See you soon.